So we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is prepare your money and your accounts because life happens and so do hurricanes. So here we're just saying, stay prepared so you don't have to get prepared. In times of unexpected emergencies and or just life happenings, whether it's a hurricane or a tornado or whatever it is, sometimes you don't have a lot of time to get prepared. So with the information that we're going to provide you today, we hope that you will put it into action and take some steps or use some of the advice that we give you today to take action and maybe do a couple of these things ahead of potentially having to, whether it's evacuate or leave or all kind of things can happen, as we know. So being proactive ahead of things makes it just a little bit easier and a little less stressful during the times where our anxiety can be high or just stress can be really high, trying to figure things out. So hopefully this will help out. The purpose of today is just like I said, because life happens and so do hurricanes. So we know that living here in Southwest Louisiana, in the region that we live in, we're prone to these types of natural disasters. And along with a lot of other things that we've experienced, such as ice storms that we're not used to having. But living here and knowing what we're up against is always good to be prepared, and just hope that we don't have to use it. So here with Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, one of the first things that we want you to know is that your money is safe. Your money is safe. It's secured. Don't worry about the money that you have in your accounts with us. It's safe. Even if the credit union has to close for a short period of time until we can get back, your money's okay. Your money is insured and it's okay. So don't worry about it. So let that be a little bit less worry for you, that your money is okay and that you're good in that area. So don't worry about that. If a tornado or hurricane comes, your money's okay. So don't worry about that. All right. So one of the very first and most important things that we can encourage you to do is sign up for online banking. So if you are just adamant about that you only like to come inside the credit union because you love to see these smiling faces and you don't really like to mess with online banking, this is the time that you at least need to set up your account. Set up an online banking profile so that you can have access to your monies and transactions, and you can monitor your account in the event that you can't come to the credit union. In the event that we do have to close, you can at least see the transactions that are happening. You can at least see your balance. You can check your balance. You can move monies about. You can find branch locations, and we're kind of go into a little more detail in a little while, but you can find branches and all types of things. You can even, and we'll talk about mobile banking here shortly, but one of the best things and most helpful things that you can do is to sign up for online banking. That's going to be critical in you being able to monitor your account in the event that you can't pull up to the credit union, or you can't roll through the drive-through and ask us questions directly about your account, or you can't get through on the phone line. You may be able to get what you need done through online banking. It's a lot of services that we offer, pretty much the same services that you would come into the credit union to do. A lot of those are available through online banking. So we can't stress it enough that this is going to be a lifeline for you in the event that our branch has to close for any reason, and not just during hurricane or a natural disaster, but this is just something that really would be helpful, make life a little bit easier for you potentially at any time. But if you think, well, I'm just not savvy with it, I'm not really good with computers, get someone to help you to make that account online. Right, ask them to help you, with your username and password, put that in a safe place, so that in the event that all you have access to is your online banking profile and online banking account, you at least have that so that you can look at your account, monitor your transactions, move monies about, and a plethora of other things. So like I just said, know your login information. We can help you in the event that you do forget your username and password to log in, but that's going to be one of those little aggravating things that if you don't have it, it's going to make the process just a little bit longer, because you're going to have to try to get through the phone lines, and you're going to have to try to get somebody on the phone to help you reset your password. And it's going to be a little back and forth that's going to have to happen so that we can get you logged into your account. So, check your account, check your login now, see if you can log in. Write down your username and password somewhere, put it safe in your wallet or just some safe place. Don't necessarily share it with anybody, but know what that login information is. If you have a way to save it on your device, and you're not good with remembering passwords, do your best to make it something that you can easily remember, but also something that's not easily able to be figured out by someone else. And just protect it and save it, because that's how you're going to be able to log in to monitor your account and do those different transactions that you may need to do. So the second part to that is signing up for mobile banking. So a lot of us carry our phones everywhere we go, and signing up for mobile banking will be the second most critical thing that you can probably do in regards to having access to your account so that you can monitor transactions. With mobile banking, you can also deposit checks. So you can deposit checks, transfer money, you can pay bills, you can make loan payments, and you can do all that on your online banking, as well as finding your ATM branch location. So from the palm of your hand, if you don't have access to a computer or a desktop or laptop or iPad or something like that, you can use your phone and download the mobile app, and you'll be able to, again, you can access the website through the app as well, but you'll be able to make those transactions and monitor your account and see what's coming out, what's going in, and that kind of thing through the mobile banking account, mobile banking platform. So put that app on your phone. And I think Lori can back me up. So you create your online banking profile first.
Yes.
So you do the online banking profile first at the www.swlacu.com. When you make your online banking profile, then you can sign up on the app, because it'll use the same password.
Right. Exactly.
Use the same username and password that you used on the website to get into your mobile app. So they kind of work hand in hand. You have a few extra functions that may be available on the app that may not be available on the website, or vice versa. So you just want to be able to have access to both of those platforms, the online banking account on the website and the one that you can do through your phone. So get the app on your phone. It's available on both Android and Apple platforms. Look for our app, download it. It's going to be your best friend when you can't have access to the actual branch. Online banking and mobile banking will be two of your lifelines in the event that you cannot come to a credit union or come to our credit union.
And we will help you set that up either in the branch, or if you call, we can walk you through the enrollment process over the phone and also assist with the app as well.
So call us if you need help with that. If you have not logged in a long time, like a really long time, this is a good time to test it out to see if you can get in. If you need to reset your credentials, give us a call. While things are normal, quote unquote, or somewhat normal, this is the time we can help you reset your credentials, and kind of go back and forth with you on getting your mobile account set up, or the mobile app set up, and or the online banking set up for you. So if you need to come in, feel free to come in. Any one of our member service reps in the front will be more than happy to help you set up that on your burn. You can even bring your phone. We'll sit with you and we'll help you put it on there, because we know how important it is. And it's just a little peace of mind. Like I said, if you never do this at any other time, this is the time to be able to do it. And if you don't want to use it anytime afterwards, it's okay. Although we do encourage it because it's so much easier to get things done. Sometimes you don't have to wait in line, and you don't have to worry about if the branch is open or closed. You can still do a lot of things from those two platforms. Update your information with our credit union. And I'll let Miss Lori kind of help me out on this one, but update your information. So if you joined, 20 years ago or 10 years ago, and you may have moved since then, but you've never called us and, changed your phone number or changed your mailing address, this is the time to do that, for a plethora of reasons. So you call us, sometimes we need to verify, or we do always need to verify who's on the other line, because this is your money that's at stake. So we want to make sure that your account, that we're talking to the right person, that we're talking to who we say that we're talking to. We may ask you to verify your phone number. We may ask you to verify your address. Stuff goes out into the mail. If you ever get fraud on your account, the phone number that they're going to call to verify transactions on your account is whatever number is listed on your account. So if it's your house phone number and you got rid of your house phone 25 years ago, that's the number they're going to call. So if your card gets cut off or gets blocked because fraud services couldn't get in contact with you, you're going to be upset, because obviously you won't be able to use your card. But that's a security measure, because they couldn't get in touch with you to verify if that was really you using your card, or if that was somebody fraudulently using, trying to get into your account. And also, if you have to utilize shared branching services, which we're going to talk about in a few slides ahead, you may have to go to a credit union in another state, in another city. Like, they're going to ask you this information to verify who you are in person or on the phone. And so you want to make sure that your phone number is correct and your mailing address is correct. If you have to change your phone number, call us first. So you see on there, I have new phone number, call us first, because you can change all of your profile information on your online banking. So you don't necessarily have to come in to change it. You can do it on our website, and here, where I have the little arrow pointing at settings, that's where you go on the online banking, at www.swlacu.com. Once you log in, you can select settings, and on there it'll take you to this, what you see on the screen where it says profile, and it says address, email, and phone number. There is where you could update that information. Now, if you go there first to update your phone number, it's going to send you a verification code, and it's going to send it to whatever phone number is already on your account. So if you're trying to update your phone number, it's going to try to send a code to the old phone number. So that's why we say call us first to update your phone number. So that way we can put in the new phone number. And if it ever needs to send you a code to verify your identity or to verify your access to the account, you're getting the message or you're getting the code to the correct phone number. We got a lot of that last year in 2020, when people were locked out of their accounts, or they tried to log in too many times and that kind of thing, and they would send the system would prompt a verification code and send a code so that they could get access, but it would go to an old phone number. And then people get upset because they can't get access, and that's very understandable. Yet that's why, if you have a new phone number, please call us or come into the credit union and update your personal information, because we just can't stress how important that is, on that information, your phone number, your address, everything being up to date. If we have to mail something out to you, it's going to go to the address that's on file. And so we can't just go in and change your stuff for you. We have to verify who you are. We can't just go in and decide we're going to give you a new phone number or change your address, because we don't want your personal information going to a home that you no longer live in that could be somebody else living there now, or going to a phone number that's no longer associated with you, because we don't want those people getting your personal information. So we're stressing and asking that you come and update your personal information with us ahead of any unexpected emergency or life-changing situation that could happen. Laura, anything else you want to add?
I think that's about it. Like you said, it's very important to update that information. If you are changing your phone number and have access to the old number, or the old the old phone number, then you can update it yourself. But otherwise, we'll be more than happy to do this with the phone call after we verify who you are. We're able to do that for you.
And Taylor, you have anything you want to add?
No, just you can always come in and we would gladly help you change your address, your phone number, anything, your email. Sometimes that's very helpful for us too. So if you have a new email, please come and we'll update that for you.
So that's what I was going to add. If you do not have an email address on file, which if you're on today, you probably received an email about this Zoom that we were having, this workshop. So great job for having an email address on file. You almost have to have an email for everything, and you're going to have it to be able to utilize online banking, correct? And your mobile banking. So, but if you need to update your email address, sometimes when we're away, or we're not in the branch, we're working remotely, we need to email documents to you, or, whether it's loan documents during emergencies, we do emergency loans sometimes. You don't have to come in to sign, we can email it to you. So you want to make sure that the email address on file is the email address that you use, because that's the one that we're going to use. So you have to call in or update that on the settings tab that you see here on the screen. There's one that says email and phone number. So utilize that to update your contact information, including phone, address, email, cell phone. You need to have a phone number where you can be reached. So if you didn't have a cell phone 20 years ago and you have one now, make sure that we have that information. We're not going to use that information to spam you. We're not trying to sell you, things that are not advantageous to you. We're trying to do this so that we can contact you and help you with any situation that you may need help with regarding your financial profile and your financial services with us here at the credit union. So traveling soon. So let us know. Set your travel notification. So if you have a debit card or a credit card here with us at the credit union, at Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, one of the great things that come with that is security and peace of mind. So if you're traveling outside of normal, where you would travel normally, sometimes your card may get a little worried about what you may or may not be doing. And sometimes your purchases could be blocked because that looks like unusual activity on your account. So if you never go to Cancun, Mexico on a normal Tuesday afternoon, and you so happen to get charges there or in Guam or some other random place, or it could be in Minnesota or some other state, your card is going to flag that as unusual activity, because from past history, it doesn't see that you normally use your card in any of these places. So as a safety and an attempt to block potential fraud, your card could get flagged and maybe it won't work for a little while until they can verify that that is you that's in Cancun, Mexico, or in Guam, or in Minnesota. So one way to prevent that from happening is to let us know. And so you can do that again from online banking or your mobile app. You click settings right here. I have it demonstrated on the screen, and you'll go to security and alerts. It'll ask you where you're traveling to and what dates you plan to be traveling during that time, so that the system will recognize that, hey, such and such is on vacation, and they really are buying ice cream at wherever, or shopping at whatever mall, so that those purchases and those transactions won't be blocked. You have a better chance of them not being blocked and that kind of thing, because now you've let the system know that you're traveling about. And you can do that. You can come in as well, correct? Mm-hmm. So you can come into the credit union and provide that information to us, and we can help you set it up. Or if you're at home from the comfort of your home, if you know you're going to be traveling, and this is, even if it's just for vacation, you have a trip planned and you're going to be utilizing your Southwest Smart Visa credit card or your rewards debit card, you want to make sure and set those travel notifications up.
We'll take them by phone as well.
And so Lori said that she'll be happy to take them by phone as well in our call center. So just let us know, because that's just a measure to protect you, protect your account, protect your money. And sometimes we understand it can be a headache when those things happen, but know that it's done in an effort to protect you and to keep your money safe. So there is a thing called travel notification, and we just encourage you to utilize it so that you can have an enjoyable trip. Or if you have to go for emergencies, the card doesn't know that you left because of the hurricane. Unfortunately, your account doesn't know that you left because there was a natural disaster. It just knows that this is unusual and that you're not usually in Dallas, Texas, or you're not usually in Austin or wherever. And so it's trying to protect you. So I know that's hard to say. So send us a travel notification while you're evacuating for the hurricane. So that's why we say, if you know that you're going to be leaving ahead of time, let us know so that we can do our best to, so that the system can know that you're traveling. And of course, if you get into a pickle and your card is stopped, give us a call. We're going to do our best. And then what's also going to happen is that you're going to receive a call from fraud. And I'm going to talk about that, I think, in the next slide. And so we'll tell you what to do there if you get a call from the fraud department, and how to navigate that fraud thing and get that cleared up on your account so that you can go back to using your account if it's legitimate transactions and it's not indeed fraud. Okay. So fraud on your account. We just talked about protecting your account from fraud with your information and that kind of thing, and setting travel notifications. So if you get a call regarding fraud being detected on your account, they're going to ask you a series of questions to verify the information. Answer the questions. If you miss the call, which would be it'll come from a 1-800 number, call it back. We do recognize now that there are several spam and robocalls that come from all different kinds of places. But the fraud department is going to call you, and it's going to come from a 1-800 number. We encourage you to answer those calls. They're going to provide you with a case number. Keep that case number. If you don't have a case number, you can't find it, they didn't give you one, here's how you get around that. When you call that number back, they're going to prompt you to enter a case number. If you can't find it or you don't have one, you're going to hit £0. They're going to ask you to enter your case number again. You're going to hit £0. They're going to ask you to enter your case number again, and you're going to hit £0 again. You will do this a total of 3 times. After the 3rd time, you'll be connected with a live representative. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how it works to get around that case number situation. We didn't make it up. That's just what works for the system. So remember, if you get a call from the fraud department saying that fraud was detected on your card, simply answer those questions. If you missed the call, call that 1-800 number back. They give you a case number, keep the case number. And if you don't get a case number, when asked to enter your case number, enter £0 3 times. Well, £0, wait for them to ask again. Do that a series of 3 times, and then you'll be connected with a live representative. Okay, so that's just something that is going to help. Again, sometimes the account, the fraud is detected, and can be sensitive to transactions or being out of normal activity or a normal range on where you usually are. And that's just a method to try to protect you again. So sometimes it can be a headache, but if you follow the steps that we're giving you to try to protect your account, and follow the instructions from the call to verify the transactions, that'll kind of help to expedite the process and get your card back working. So if your card gets blocked and you know the transactions are valid and verifiable, call this number, 1-877-253-8964. So if your card gets blocked and you know the transactions are valid and verifiable, call this number. and verify those transactions, and they'll help your card to get unblocked. Again, we know that this can be a headache sometimes, and we recognize that. But we're trying to give you the information that you can use to help make that process a lot easier when trying to, do the things that you need to do. Because understand that in the midst of, if the credit union has to close and we're working remotely, like we were in 2020, we were up just a couple of days after the hurricane happened. Matter of fact, hurricane happened like on a Wednesday. That Monday, we had a branch, well, we were in Baton Rouge at a remote location answering your calls. And so just know that you may not be able to get to us. We may not be able to physically be there to walk you through it, but this information is going to help. The phone lines are going to be busy, obviously. So being able to do some of these things without having to wait in line on the phone line, or wait in line in the credit union ahead of something happening is going to be helpful. So remember also, there's a chat box down there. Once we get through these slides, we'll try to address some of those questions live, and if not, we'll type a response to you.
I would also recommend saving that phone number in your phone in case this does happen and you're not able to pull up the number, if you don't have service or internet to pull up the phone number. I would just save it in your phone just in case. Maybe label it as Southwest Louisiana Credit Union Fraud Watch.
So there you go, Taylor. Made a good point. Save it in your phone, Fraud Watch or Southwest, Credit Union Fraud, something, so that you can call this if your card does get blocked. You'll already be going through enough, dealing with enough things. You want one less thing to have to worry about. So this will kind of help in that regard.
And if you do confirm fraud on the account, they will block the card, so no further transactions will go through, but you will need to contact the credit union to get a replacement card issued. If we are in office, you can get an instant issue card, which means you'll leave with a working card that day for a small fee, or we can mail a card to the address on file.
Okay, so that's kind of how that works. So that's another reason why having your address being up to date is important if we have to mail something to you. And of course, your card being blocked can happen on any given day. It doesn't have to be during an emergency. So this is another reason why you should keep this phone number, just in case something does get flagged on your account, and protective measures are put in to secure your card and secure your account from any further fraud, because sometimes the fraud is legit. Like, there's people out there who do mean and ugly things and try to steal from you, and that kind of thing. So we want to protect you. And so sometimes people feel like it's overprotecting you, but you would want your money to be safe, and we try to do a good job of that. So have a valid ID. This is just, you should always have a valid ID. So make sure that your driver's license is valid, your state ID is valid, for a plethora of reasons. Again, the safety and security of your account. If you have to go into a shared branch service, shared branch location, those people may not know you. Like, we know you here at the credit union because you come in all the time, or we've been knowing you for 25, 30 years. That doesn't mean that we're not going to ask you for your ID to just verify, but especially if you're in another state or another city, they may not know, who you are. So make sure that your ID is valid, or your driver's license is valid. That's just going to save you a lot of time. It's going to make life a whole lot easier, and it's just necessary all the time. So make sure that you have valid IDs. ATM. So know that even though the credit union closes, or you may be somewhere where you cannot get to a Southwest Louisiana Credit Union ATM, especially if you have a rewards checking account, you can access your money at any nationwide ATM. At any nationwide ATM. If you have a rewards checking account, we will refund any fees that you may get from using what we call a foreign ATM or another ATM, up to $20 per month. So make sure that you know that you don't have to feel like, well, I couldn't get to the ATM in Lake Charles or Sulphur, so I had to use the one at the gas station, or I had to use the one in wherever you are in New Orleans or Houston or wherever you are. You can go to any ATM, your card will work, and you'll be able to access your monies. Now, know that, of course, you do have limits on the amount of money that you can take out of the ATM. And know that if you get some fees during those times, we're always going to do our best to refund you those fees, especially if you have a rewards checking account. And we've been known to help out in fees in other ways, even if you didn't have that account. So know that we'll always do whatever we can, especially during times of crisis, to help our members. And so I'm going to reiterate that again at the end. But know that you can use your card on any given day, especially if you have a rewards checking account. You can always get your ATM fees refund on those accounts. You complete a series of requirements for that, qualifications for that account, and then you have the opportunity to have your fees refunded. But of course, in the midst of trials and life happenings and natural disasters, we've been known to help you out and helping out with fees and that kind of thing. So just don't be scared and feel like you can't access your money, because you absolutely can still access your money at any nationwide ATM. So know your limits. So with the Southwest, your debit card. So your debit card, you have a limit of $2,000 per day with a card swipe. So if you go to Walmart and you buy $2,000 worth of stuff, that's a limit. So you have a limit of $2,000 per day. No matter how you chop that up with a card swipe, that's your limit. And then, but you can also get cash off of your card and with an ATM withdrawal for up to $500 per day. So you can swipe your card if you're purchasing something online or anything that you use your debit card for. Up to $2,000 per day is the daily limit. And then at the ATM, it's $500 at the ATM. So those are your limits. So if you try to swipe your card for $3,000, it will not work because you have a limit on your card of a daily, I don't know, it's called daily use, like a daily use limit of $2,000. If for some reason you have some special purchase that needs to be made, you're going to have to call, and our accounting department can help you out with temporary increases on your card, but those do expire. So they're not for very long. They're just like for extenuating circumstances or some special purchase that may need to be made or transaction that needs to be pushed through. We can help you out in that regard. But again, that's a very temporary thing. But for the sake of information, you need to know that your debit card limit is $2,000 per day and your ATM withdrawal is $500 per day. If you are away and you can't get to Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, you can do your banking or access banking services through our shared branching program. So shared branch are what some of us call sister branches. So you can go to another credit union basically and say, hey, I'm a member of Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, and this is my member number. And hey, I need to get some money out. Or hey, I need to I need to deposit a check. Or hey, I need to transfer money. Or I need to pay on my loan. So other credit unions, so even if you don't live here in Southwest Louisiana or in Lake Charles or Sulphur, you can go to a sister credit union, whether it's Neighbors Credit Union or Campus Credit Union or wherever. We're all part of the credit union movement. And some of us are part of what we call shared branching, have shared branching services. So on our website, under locations, you click there, it'll say like it says like find a location, and you click find a location, and then this screen will pop up here that says ATMs and co-op shared branches. So from there, you'll put in the zip code of the location where you are currently located, or where you are when you're looking for another shared branch, or you're looking for another branch. You'll put your zip code of where you are. If you're on vacation and you're in Destin, Florida, you're going to put in Destin, Florida and the zip code or the zip code, and it will bring up every branch that's near you, or every credit union near you that you can go and get services at. It'll tell you if it's a SB, which is a shared branch, or SBX, which is shared branch express. It could be an ATM in that regard, or it could be an actual brick and mortar branch that you can walk into. But it'll tell you if it's just an ATM branch, if it's just an ATM or if it's an actual branch that you can go into. And know that certain services may or may not be available through that shared branch location. They're going to have their own limits on certain things. They're going to have their own holding periods on, say, if you need to deposit a check or cash a check, they may put a hold on that check that may be different than what we would do here inside our own credit union. But their restrictions and their limits apply when utilizing a shared branch. But it gives you peace of mind to know that you can be anywhere in the United States and be able to find another credit union where you can do deposits, withdrawals, loan payments, transfer money, just have access to your monies. And you can also text. So you can text the number 91989. So you will text your zip code, where you're located at that time, to 91989. And it will then populate, again, all of the shared branch locations or shared branch ATMs that are available where you are when you're looking for them. So texting is, a lot of us, find that really easy. So you'll just text your zip code to 91989. And from there, it'll text you all of the branches that are located near you, or ATMs and where they're located, for you to be able to get to those places and get access to your monies. So shared branching, know and rest assured that just because you're not here, it doesn't mean you can't continue doing your receiving banking services. You can utilize shared branching and find the closest branch or ATM near you. So get your emergency cash now. If you've been smart from the very beginning and you have a emergency fund set up that you've been putting money into every month or every week, now ahead of anything happening, may be a very good time to just come on a normal Wednesday when life is normal and just say, I'm going to take out $1,000 or 500, whatever you want to take out. And I'm going to put that aside, because if we have to leave next month or whenever, I don't have to wait in line when they issue the evacuation order. Because when that happens, everybody's going to show up at the credit union and try to get their monies or get some cash out to take with them if they have to leave. So to avoid the lines that will happen inevitably, once stuff like an evacuation order is issued, come ahead of time, but be responsible with the money. Take it, put it in a safe place, make it part of your evacuation plan or your evacuation packing that you may have, and just put it in a safe place so that you already have it and that you won't have to be in line with God knows how many people. I'm trying to get your money out, your emergency cash out. Get it now and just put it aside. Don't use it for anything else. Keep it safe. But of course, if you do need to wait, that's fine. We'll be here for you. But just as a way of, again, preventing another headache from happening, if you have money that you've saved for emergencies, just come and get that, get it now, get some of it now so that you at least have it in the event that you do have to unexpectedly leave. Your member number is your account number. So know that when you became a member at the credit union, we gave you a little card that had your member number on it. Now that could have been 20 or 30 years ago. It could have been yesterday, and you may not even have that card anymore. But know that your member number is your account number. You got like a 10,000 number or a 100010 number or a 200,000 number. And those numbers, whichever one it starts with, is your account number. If you're trying to link a checking account, it'll recognize where your checking account is and automatically link it to the checking account. But your member number is what you're going to need if you're going to a shared branch location. And to identify yourself, they're going to want to know what your member number is. If you're trying to pay on a loan somewhere else, a loan that you have with us, but you're out of town or out of state, they're going to want to know what your member number is. That's how they can find you in the system. And your routing number. So 265-274-749 is your routing number. That is the routing number for Southwest Louisiana Credit Union. It's the same. So you don't have an individual routing number. It's just one routing number. If Unfortunately, if we're in a situation where, you're having to get talk with Red Cross or FEMA in regards to having monies deposited, they're going to want to know your account number and your routing number so that they can help you with financial getting some liquid monies and things like that may be deposited into your account. So you're going to want to know your routing number and your account number. So you want to put that little card, make it handy. If you want to come in and access to write you up another card, we can do that. If you know your number, put it somewhere safe where you can remember. Because sometimes during the midst of chaos and worry, we can forget things that we normally would remember. Just panic sets in, and like you can't this number any other day of the week. But when you need it, your brain just stops functioning. So, just put it somewhere, maybe with that emergency money, so that you know that all of your financial stuff is there. And if you need access to it, you have it, and you don't have to, because you can always call us and we can verify who you are, and we can get you that information. But again, you might not want to be on hold, waiting for your member number. But we're always working as feverishly as possible to answer your calls and your questions. But again, this is just an opportunity to be prepared and get this information ahead of time, know it ahead of time in case that you need it. Open a checking account. So if you have been a member for all these years and you've only ever had a savings account and you don't have a checking account yet, this may be an opportunity or a great time to have a checking account with us. And make sure that your account is in, if you have a checking account, you want to make sure that that account is in good standing, especially for emergency monies to be deposited. So like I just stated, whether you're dealing with FEMA or Red Cross or some other social organization that may be trying to help during the time of crisis with issuing funds to you, you want to be able to have access. So they would likely maybe do some type of direct deposit, or even if it's a check, they write you a check, you want to be able to have access to that money. So, and you want your account to be in good standing. So if you have a checking account that you may not have been paying attention to for a long time, and it's been in the negative, unfortunately, the system is not going to know that, that check from FEMA or Red Cross was emergency money. If your account was $100 delinquent and they deposit a check for $100 in your account, the account is going to automatically clear itself because it's trying to bring you up into good standing. It's not us being mean or ugly and saying, well, we're going to take, the system is going to automatically bring your account up to good standing. So if it's not in good standing right now, come and make your account, put your account in good standing so that in the event that you need emergency monies deposited, or we've been known to really help our members during time of emergencies with emergency hardship loans, where you don't have to come in to sign anything. We can do everything electronically. You can sign for it and have your monies direct deposited into your account. So you can have access to those funds, but you're going to need a checking account for that to happen. So if you don't have a checking account, we have several that you can choose from. The Smart Rewards checking has a lot of great benefits and offers rewards and things like those ATM fee refunds and things like that. Come and apply for one ahead of time so that you have it if you need it. And make sure that if you have one and it's not in good standing, that you bring it up to good standing so that if you have monies that are being deposited into your account, you have access to all of the money that was deposited in that your account's not being cleared with some of it. So come talk to us about opening a checking account. And I failed to mention that on some of these screens, there are QR codes that you can actually scan with your phone, and it'll take you straight to the page where you can apply for or open a checking account. If you don't have an emergency fund set up, and you've had to exhaust, or you did, and you had to exhaust that last year and use it to, build on your house or fix, your house since these last hurricanes, consider applying for an emergency credit card. So we have one of the best Visa Smart credit cards out there. The rates are fixed on it. It's a low APR percentage rate on it. And it comes with the security, with a lot of security, like we talked about before. But an emergency credit card, if you say, no, I don't want to have any credit cards, I'm done with those credit cards, I don't have any, you want to have one in case of an emergency. You don't have to use it for, anything else but for an emergency if that's what you want to do. But it's going to provide you with peace of mind. It's going to track your expenses for you. So if you need to turn those expenses into somebody, whether it's insurance or whoever, all your expenses are in one place. So you can see your hotel stays and how much food you bought and this and that. The interest is low. If you need to make large purchases and you don't want to use your liquid resources for it, or your cash on hand for it, you can put that on your emergency credit card and use that. The QR code here is on the screen. You can apply for the credit card online at www.swlacu.com. You need to come in, we can help you apply here in the branch, or you can scan here and it'll take you straight to the website, the web page where you can apply for our Smart Visa credit card. Follow our Facebook page and our official website for the most current updates. Anytime that we're not in the office or we have to close, we work as quickly as possible to get the information on our website and on our Facebook page. So if you have not liked our Facebook page, please go find us on there. Search Southwest Louisiana Credit Union. This picture will pop up. You'll know that you're on our page. Like our page, we can usually update that pretty quickly with information. And on our website, we'll usually post a banner or something where you can get more information about what's going on. The most current updates, we'll put links where you can apply for things or do whatever you need to do just to stay up to date, and that we're providing you with the most real-time information when we're out of the office at least. So make sure that you're following our Facebook page and that you know how to find us on the World Wide Web. Another great feature that we have incorporated into our website is using our chat feature. We have a really cool chat feature that we have incorporated on our website that can answer questions for you in real time and provide real-time information for you, even when we are not in the branch. Now, they operate the same hours and things that we would normally operate, but if we're not here physically at our location because we've had to evacuate for something, the cool thing is that these people are off-site, so they are more likely than not, they're probably not dealing with the same thing that we're dealing with, especially when it comes to a natural disaster. Now, anything can happen anywhere, clearly, but the likely they are going to be available when we're not available, especially if it's during banking hours or operational hours. They can tell you, hey, the branch is closed due to da 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 da. They can still kind of help you with your account, give you basic information, answer questions for you in real time until we can get back up and running and answering our phones and things like that again. So the chat feature has been a great addition to our website, and we've got some great feedback on members who are currently using that, because sometimes the phone lines do get backed up. And the chat feature helps to get those questions, those sometimes very simple questions, answered. What's my member number? So some simple things answered for you that you won't have to waste time holding on the line. And this is one of our last slides, but we want you to know that with Southwest Louisiana Credit Union, one of the great things about us is that we're local, and we're local faces. We're local people. You know us, and we live here too. So with that means that if something happens here in Southwest Louisiana, we leave too. So we live here too. Our families are here too. Our homes are here too. Our pets and our property and our money is here too in Southwest Louisiana, in this community. So when you leave and evacuate, so do all of us. Now, the difference is that we come back as quickly as possible to be there for you. It's been that within days, we've been able to come back in some capacity, even if it was just answering the phone lines. You've been able to get some of us. Some of us were actually in Baton Rouge answering phone lines 3 or 4 days after Hurricane Laura hit. We do that because we care. We do that because we want to help you. We have a passion for Southwest Louisiana, and we love our community. We love our members even more. So we're going to always come back as quickly as possible. know that when the lights go out, ours sometimes go out too. We do our best to get them back up and our generator going as quickly as possible. But things don't always work out the way we expect them to. But know that we give our all and more to get back to you as quickly as possible. Like I said, in some capacity, even if we have to open a little branch in some other city or state, we've done that before, and we'll continue to do that for you. But just know that when evacuation orders are issued, we have to protect ourselves and our families too, just like you do. And we encourage you to do that. Take care of yourselves and your families and your property. Take care of that first. Your money is safe. And we're going to always take care of that. Even when we're not here, your money is safe. And even when we're not here, we're going to do everything that we can to make you as comfortable as possible, give you peace of mind, and help you through whatever situation you may be going through, even in the midst of our own trials. We are here for you, and we will always be here for you. And that's basically what we're saying here. We're here, and we will always do everything we can to help, no matter what that looks like. Know that we're always going above and beyond. We have great leadership here that puts people over profits, that put people first. And we believe in helping and doing whatever we can to help. And we always will, whether that's in the form of a hardship loan, whether that's in the form of forgiving some fees, whatever. We're going to always do whatever we can. So we'll be there for you. We have been there for you, and we'll continue to be there for you. Call us today, 337-477-9190. You can visit us online at swlacu.com. Let's go to the chat. That's all we have for our PowerPoint. Let me go to the chat. I think there's a question, or there was a question in there. Let's see. Well, it says there's a question. Oh, can you update online, or do you have to call the branch? So if you're talking about your personal information, you can update it online on the settings page of the website. So on the website at www.swlacu.com, you'll click settings. It's the top right-hand corner of the page. And it'll let you pick what you need to update. Again, if you're updating a phone number, you would need to call us or come by first so that we can update your phone number for you, because otherwise it'll send you an authorization code to the phone number that's on file. And that may be a number that you don't necessarily have access to anymore.
For addresses, you do have to either visit the one of the branches or do that on online banking on the website.
Okay, looks like we have a chat here. Oh, let's see. This one's a little longer, so let me see if I can go here. Okay. All right, so this says, will there be enough cash during a pandemic or natural disaster, or do I need to keep large amounts of cash in my possession for in case the credit union is not open or I don't have access to my credit union? So you may have heard us talk about that before you, after you typed in your question. So if you have some emergency money that you want to pull out, you can pull it out ahead of time, but I would encourage you to be responsible with whatever that money is. The money that's in the credit union is safe. So whatever amounts of cash, there are certain limits that you can use your debit card for, and that you can use like if you're getting money out the ATM, those limits will apply, but there's enough cash to that if you need to get cash out. Now, if you're using a shared branch, there may be some limits on how much cash they can give you because they have to service their members as well. So they may not be able to give you $50,000. It just kind of depends. They may have a limit of $3,000, that they can issue you at the time, because they only, credit unions only keep a certain amount of cash on hand. So we want to make sure that we can service our members, and they can service their members plus our members too. So just be aware of that. But for the most part, within reason, you should be able to get whatever you need. I believe my experience last year was that certain credit unions had like limits of like maybe $3,000 or something that they could get per day. So if they were in another city, let's say they were in Dallas, and the one credit union that they were visiting said that they had a $3,000 limit that they could give. Well, they might have got $3,000 from that institution, but then went up the road to another credit union and got another 2,000 if they needed 5,000. So just know that those shared branches will set limits on what they can issue to shared branch members, because they do have to have enough on hand to help their members as well. So I hope that answered your question. Looks like, thank you, Michelle. We did our best to offer you some very useful information. I'll ask Taylor and Lori, is there anything else that you want to add?
I think we covered most of it. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. We're ready and waiting.
Taylor, anything?
I don't have anything to add either. Come in and see us. We're here.
Come in and see us. We'll stay on for a few seconds afterwards. If you want to type in a question in the chat or the Q&A, we'll be happy to answer them for you. We're happy to share this information with you, and we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Come see us. We'll be happy to help you get set up ahead of hurricanes or any other life craziness that may happen. Thank you for joining us on today, and you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you.